Rooftop solar installations are surging across San Diego County. Despite the demand, the collapse of two major companies is causing some consumers to question the stability of the industry. Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin looks at where the business is headed and your recourse if something goes wrong.
There, see, here's the
that's the layout.
The layout for the panels.
For Eric Willis, installing solar panels on his home just made sense.
Sunny San Diego seems like the right thing to do.
So, back in 2019, after seeing an advertisement, he called Peterson Dean. Eric says members of the team came out, checked the attic, the roof, and the electrical box, which did need an upgrade.
Once we got the proposal, we had to put X number of dollars down for them to get started.
Eric says he put the costs on his credit card and crews got started with the electrical panel.
Literally days after the box was inspected, the company went Chapter 11.
In June of 2020, Peterson Dean filed for bankruptcy. In court documents, the company estimated its liabilities were between $10 and $50 million.
How much money are you out?
$20,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
At the end of 2021, San Diego-based solar giant Sullivan Solar closed, leaving many customers with no money and no solar.
I paid the $45,000 for the roof. Sullivan didn't pay for the roof to the roofer, and now I have to pay $45,000 again.
Two major solar companies shutting down in less than 2 years. With rising costs for products and transportation, along with supply chain issues, we wanted to know what's up with the solar industry in California.
Yeah, it's obviously rare. I mean, there were over 2,000 contractors licensed in the state of California to install solar. So we mourn the loss of any one of them, but it is rare. That said, the competition is fierce and the margins are thin.
Bernadette Del Chiaro is the executive director of the California Solar and Storage Association. They represent more than 700 residential solar companies across the state. She says the majority are small businesses that are facing increased costs, red tape, and a constant threat of changing regulations.
It's a bit of a tale of two cities in a way. We are seeing increased interest in solar, but we are also seeing increased pressures and challenges to run and operate a business in the state.
That matches a recent study from the Solar Energy Industries Association and consulting firm Wood Mackenzie.
2021 was another record-breaking year for the solar industry.
The report found in 2021, across the country, the residential market saw a 30% growth, with more than 500,000 homeowners installing solar. However, the report says supply chain constraints will have a major impact on overall installations this year. The report also says that new solar policy proposals in California could have a negative impact on consumers.
With project delays and lower installation volumes than we expected, people's jobs are definitely at risk. And, while we do see demand for solar continuing to be very strong over the long term, you want to have sustained incentives, you want to have market certainty.
In the event of problems, California created the Solar Energy System Recovery Program. It's a $5 million fund designed to get money to homeowners who paid for solar, but it was never installed, there was poor workmanship or fraud, or they're out money because of a contractor's actions. According to the state, since the fund was established, they've received 75 claims. So far, the state's paid out $190,000. Of that money they've paid, almost all of it is related to San Diego company Sullivan Solar.
I think when people see that $190,000 has gone to help consumers, I definitely think that that's a plus. But hopefully, it's a hard one because you also don't want to see a huge number because that then means that there's more individuals who need help. But we really want to make solar work in the right way possible.
Senator Monique Limon is the lawmaker behind Senate Bill 757. It adds additional consumer protections around solar energy systems.
There are sometimes, right, folks, where there's errors, or sometimes, if folks go out of business, it's not always a fraudulent issue. We want to make sure, though, that those consumers are not left to foot, an entire cost.
This is what $20,000 bought you.
That's all I have for $20,000.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Despite the challenges, Eric still wants solar on his house. He's filed a claim with bankruptcy court and is hoping someone steps up.
I just hope it gets resolved.
Adam Rakusin, ABC 10 News.
The solar industry stresses if there is a problem, they want to know, and they have their own compensation fund to help. We also spoke with a consumer attorney about what your rights are if you've lost money or there's a workmanship issue. You can see his thoughts on 10news.com.